welcome back to another video. Before we get into the juicy topic, there's a bit of promotion that we should get into. If you like cubing by any chance, by cubing I mean the Rubik's Cube, you guys should check out my friend's channel, Cubing Decoded, and he talks about really cool stuff and cubes he's new. So go ahead and check that out and subscribe if you want to. Talking about subscriptions though, if you are one of the 33% of my viewers, that's right, 1/3 of my viewers who watch my videos but aren't subbed, go ahead and click that link for me. It's one click, it doesn't hurt, and best of all, it's free. And you won't miss any of my other special videos. And also, you'll be immediately part of any future giveaways that I'll have. Maybe one I'm gonna have next week. Is that a hint? Alright, let's get into the juicy topic, which you've already seen from the video title. Is Apple a scam? Alright, if you're watching this video, you are probably familiar. Chances are that you're familiar with the company Apple, the tech company that releases a new product each year with differences from the older models that many people don't even know. But they buy the product anyways because, well, it's an Apple product. It's also the company which sells $700 wheels for their PC. It's also the company that charges $1,000 plus for a phone. It's also the company, one of the first companies that removed the headphone jack. They're also the company who slows down your iPhone and other devices purposely so you buy the new products. Don't get me wrong here. I totally am addicted to Apple. I have a Mac. My phone is an iPhone. I have an iPad as well. Literally my entire house is Apple. So here are my 2 cents, as you may, on whether Apple is a scam. A controversial topic and a harsh word, but let's get into it. Now, scam means to promise something but not necessarily give it. In some words, to lie. You know, when Steve Jobs first announced the first iPhone in 2007, he promised a new age for Apple. An age of development, technological advancements. Boomed Apple into the tech era. It created an empire which stands so tall today. Now we fast forward to 2020. Apple releases some pretty cool phones. The iPhone 11 Pro, a great phone by the way. They released the iPad Pro, Pro again, the Mac Pro, Pro again. Apple is a very smart company because what it does is it gets you stuck in an ecosystem. Think about it this way. Apple is the only company which uses iOS, macOS, and iPadOS. To have an iPhone device, to have an Apple device, you are in a premium content and specific elite group of operating systems, which you will get nowhere else, no other device. Now let's say you're an Android, let's say you are the other 50% of my viewers. You have so many options to go to, and you would still have sort of the same phone, the same sort of system, Android. Or I have not had an Android phone ever. And if you asked me to switch to an Android phone now, after I got my Mac, my iPad, my iPhone, I couldn't. I would actually be more okay with an older model of Mac, a slower model of Mac, than transfer to, let's say, an Asus or a HP. Because that is why Apple tricks you. That is where Apple tricks you. When you buy an Apple product, you're not buying a phone. You are buying into a system, an elite system, which, when you enter, it is very, very hard to escape. But people do, don't get me wrong. Your entire system is based on it. It's not only the apps you have iCloud as well. Your entire life could be stored on Apple. Apple gives you that chance, and a lot of people actually do it. Let's just consider the topic of this video. Is Apple a scam for getting you stuck in an ecosystem that is very hard for you and me to leave? Not necessarily. This sort of system that Apple makes is actually kind of nice. There's no point in denying that Apple's system is amazing. It's elegant, smooth, progressive, constant updates, which may slow down your phone, but still, they're quite amazing. In that sense, I wouldn't say that Apple is a scam. Now let's look at pricing. Alright, when you consider pricing of devices, Apple is definitely in a very, very high tier. Alright, there's no point of denying it. They sell $700 wheels. That's right, you can buy $700 rubber metal wheels that are made in China. Or you can buy $1,000 plus phones. Or you can buy AirPods, which a lot of other companies sell the exact replica of, but they brand it as a different name. But still, AirPods. Now, of course, they're expensive. But think about it this way. When you think of Apple, what do you think of? You think of luxury, elite. Now, what do you think of when I say Supreme? Louis Vuitton, Bugatti, Rolex. You think of high priced. You think of goods that are so ridiculously priced, which are top of the league. If you buy them, it is a symbol of wealth. You are special if you own those things, even though how ridiculous they sometimes may be. Now, Apple has brought that sort of business model into the tech world. You see, when Apple started in 2007, the iPhone was kind of expensive for its time, but that was well caused. It was arguably way ahead of its time. Now, fast forward to 2020, you have a lot of phones which are arguably as good as the iPhone 11. Of course, they don't have iOS. They may not have the best cameras. They may not be as smooth, not have that A13 mega processor, but they still are in this around the same range. And some are $200 cheaper. Sure, Apple is selling a premium for these goods. But is it worth it? You see, when Rolex or Bentley, they sell expensive goods, right? It's usually justified. These goods are made in special factories where they are handcrafted to perfection. They're only sold in such quantities that the price can be justified because so little people will buy it. So when you think of Apple for a second and you think that, is it justifiable that a tech company sell an object which is made in factories in millions worth that kind of price? And my answer to that is yes and no at the same time. And here's why. Just hear me out. Do you think buying an iPhone is cool? What do you feel when you see someone with AirPods or the new iPhone? Do they sort of emit this sort of image that you see, this sort of special image? You see someone with their used iPhone, with their AirPod Pros, and whatever else it may be. You see, when you buy an Apple product, you're not necessarily only buying a tech device. You're buying an image. Again, so it's not only a system that you're buying into an ecosystem, you're buying into this sort of culture which has become Apple. You are buying to show off, and yeah, it's odd to say, but in reality, when the AirPods first released, the design was kind of whack, let's be honest. But recently, they are one of the best products Apple sells. They are the highest selling object that Apple sells. If you took just the AirPods sellings from Apple, they would still be a Fortune 500 company. And you may see all these AirPods, right? These AirPods which are not made by Apple, made by other companies that are branded, sort of shown, have the same design as AirPods, and people still wear them. It's because AirPods have become an icon. They become an image of this sort of coolness. They just emit when you have AirPods. It's just cool. That's it. That's what Apple does to your mind. You can call it brainwashing, but it's such a genius business model. And I think a lot of companies can look at it. You see, it's the same thing that luxury companies do, like Bentley, Rolex, Supreme. It's a premium. You buy the product. It may not be worth that, but you're buying the premium. You're paying that premium to get into this system, this amazing, this sort of elite place which you can't really get with other goods. So is Apple a scam for that? Is Apple promising you something which it doesn't deliver? Is Apple charging you too much for what it actually gives you? Again, yes and no. Because yes, it is ridiculously priced. Wheels for $700. But then again, they're really cool wheels, which are made from pure metal and rubber. And maybe the tech that went into making the wheels is really expensive and they're only going to sell really short amounts, so they had to raise the price. And again, is price justified? Not really, no. But again, maybe it is justified because, well, you're buying it because it's just Apple. Alright, and the final third reason why people think Apple is a scam: cheating. And yes, Apple does, and it's been proven multiple times that they actually kind of do slow down their phones with new operating systems, but part of that can be due to new operating systems requiring more processor power, and older generations are being able to be capable of that, and thus the phone slows down as new generations of the software come out. So if you buy an iPhone, will it even last you that long? Is Apple giving you a device which it will purposely slow down and make worse over time for the sake that you will buy a new system? For the sake that you will get stuck in an ecosystem so hard that you will be willing to dish out $1,000 for a new phone after your old one got slowed down? Apple is a really interesting company because you either support Apple or you don't. There's a very little amount of people that are in the middle ground here. So are they cheating? Is Apple actually forcing you to buy their stuff? Is Apple, technically speaking, promising you this convenient, amazing device as Steve Jobs did in 2007? But really, they're just exploiting your money. Then again, isn't every single business doing that? Apple gets a lot of hate for the cost. You know, maybe for the cost of the products, for the little development that goes into each year. And you know, I said at the start, to compare some phones to last year's models, it's very hard. You know, whenever my dad buys a new phone, my mom buys a new phone, they always ask me what's new with the phone. And you know, it's actually quite hard for me to tell them what's new. Because in reality, there's very, very little changes. It's cooler, yeah, it's new iPhone 11. But how's it different from the 10? So in summary, do I think Apple is a scam with that? Let's just sum it up. No. Scam is a strong word, and I mainly use it in this video for clickbait, to be honest. Because, you know, it is a juicy topic. But no, Apple is not scamming you. It's just a brilliant business model that which gets you into this loop where you just love the system, where you just love the software. And yes, they charge a lot for the goods. But it's the same reason you buy Supreme clothing or Air Force Ones or, you know, Off-Whites. They're cool. They symbolize something else. And to have them, it makes you happy in a sense. So is that a scam? No, absolutely not. Happiness, giving happiness is not a scam. And a genius business model shouldn't be considered a scam at all. Instead, it's just brilliant capitalism. Yes, let's just brand it that. Brilliant capitalism. And if capitalism is bad to you, then it's bad. If it's good, it's good. But I think that's it. Alright, leave a comment on what you actually think. I just wanted to have this talk session. I thought it was just a juicy topic which I could maybe share some of my thoughts on. Leave a comment what you think. If you have an Apple good yourself, how do you like that Apple good? Do you think it's slowing down over time? Do you think Apple is actually cheating people? Maybe you're an Android user and I totally hate Apple, so go ahead and leave a comment. I would love to hear what you think. Again, don't forget to subscribe. And before we end, one more shout out to my two managers. My first one, Kirthana, she's been supporting my channel for a long time. I guess around 15% of my subs right now are because of her. So this shout out to you, Kirthana. Thank you so much. Leave a comment. Thank you, Kirthana, because she's done a lot of support in this channel. And she gives me lots of ideas too. And the second manager, my co-manager, is Dave. Dave is a great guy. He's always there for my videos, always likes them. He was my first, I think my first non-family follower, my subscriber. So shout out to him as well. He gives me video ideas too. I just wanted to say that because they mean a lot to this channel and the stuff that comes out of this channel. I appreciate any support. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you got all the way to the end. Again, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And as always, see you in the next one. Peace.